All right. Time for week 4. And I guess we can go over who got selected for our round robin. Couple of people that I've played in other formats. I know I've played I think I've played Scotch Rox's team. I think. I'd have to go check. If not, I've played him in ladder. I know I have played Michael's in ladder in Blood Bowl 3. I'm trying to think of when I would have played against him in Blood Bowl 2, but possible. And then Melville. I've seen this team before, the Texas Pink Blues, but I've not faced them yet. And that's who we are facing today. So it's Chaos. It's actually pretty boring Chaos. All block Chaos Warriors with 1 guard. There's a minnow, which is a bit unusual. Generally, you go for like the ogre instead. We'll see how effective he is. And then we've got some block Mighty Blow Beastman, 1 with claw. That will only have any kind of effect on Berman, and it's not very much. And a Wrestle Tackle Beastman. 2 bench. Aside from that, fairly boring. These look like all picked skills, nothing random. Let's go to the Pastry Pass. I picked up a couple of level ups, because last game we managed to get a ton of SPP. And so I picked up a couple level ups. I looked at the round robin and I looked at how most of my opponents have sure hands. So we went with Wrestle Dauntless as a sacker option rather than go with Strip Ball. And then the other level up that I picked up was Bivodi got a pass and a touchdown, I think, which put him into a selectable primary. And we picked leader, because having a 4-3 roll is quite convenient, especially if things don't go your way. And it's quite cheap. I thought about leveling up Fritball, but the way that the TV works for this particular matchup, we are just under a wizard, and I've been getting wizarded every single game thus far. Fortunately, these wizards haven't been game-defining yet, but I don't want to be in a position where a game-defining wizard fireball hits me. I was debating whether I should do a random on Fritful, though. Yeah, let me mute that. That's my opponent probably saying... Ready. Okay. But I can random anything on this. And so I was thinking of randoming a secondary to try to go for dodge. If we got Sneaky Git, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. But everything else is kind of crappy. And then I was thinking of maybe randoming or selecting a primary. I haven't decided yet, but we're not doing that for this game, just because of cost. Yeah, I was doing some small coding work. I don't contribute as much to Rebel as I used to. From like a back-end infrastructure thing. Well, back-end infrastructure. Major Byte runs Rebel.net. I used to do some small things with some bots to make up for deficiencies in Blood Bowl 2. Now Rebel.net handles most things, but when we wanted to do the new divisional format, why did this game need an admin? Why did this game need an admin? I don't know what you were referring to, Mr. Christie. Or did I make a mistake on the Discord? Oh, sorry. Yeah. But whatever. I can fix that though. Well, it doesn't really matter. Guess I missed. I was trying to do things really fast. Hey, Tarek. Lascaris. Sit ready up. In terms of how I feel about this game, I just deleted it. There just won't be an announcement for this one. Alright. I always generally like kicking the ball to start with. It's the strongest... at the beginning of the game is going to be your strongest capability on defense. And it makes the one turn considerably more likely to have the players you need. If all goes well. Thrower. I generally like having the thrower off. Especially with this particular setup. Gutter off. 3 gutter defense is generally my approach. Oh, there's heat. What's there heat? Oh gosh. You're right. That makes me want to consider benching the one-turner. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to, because I think it's better... Oh, the heat has like this weird wrapping effect. I thought there was something wrong with my game for a moment. Warping effect on the edge. Hey, Natter, Jack Nick. Generally, you want to have your good players out for most of the game. Otherwise, then it's just TV on the bench. The only exception is sort of, in this case, would be natural one-turners. Hopefully, he's not hit by sweltering heat. And we're just going to have to see how the injury dice and the block dice are. My last few games, I've had rubber rats. I think this is going to be the game where things are going to go south. And we're just going to have to make do. And my opponent's probably going to maximize Mighty Blow hits. Right now, it's not quite maximized. Unless he blitzes with the minnow. Because I don't think he's going to block with the minnow to start, especially not if he's going for a 2-die hit. Yeah, actually, that's not bad. What other teams? I got Michaels, so that's a bit of a... That's going to be a competitive match. And Undead is a terrible matchup for rats. And I have Scotch Rocks' Dark Elves in my Robin. And I think that could go either way. I haven't looked at either team too deeply, but those are the people in the bracket. Well, in the Robin. Okay. Off to a very good start. This is a really good start. Not even a single armor break. That almost never happens. He's picking up with a Chaos Warrior. That's retrievable, I think. I'd get surfed, but it's retrievable. I'm trying to debate whether I want to go for it or not. It's a lot of dodges. Yeah, I don't have a lot of time to think, so. But if we can get just marks and pressure up there and segment him off from the rest of the team, that would be pretty big. I'm debating whether I should blitz the tackler. We can cut the corners there. I think I'll go for it, but fine. Well, there's one positive thing to all about this. I'm gonna have my one-turner if he does score on turn 8. Immediate snake, because he had 2 heads. That was a 2+ dodge. Immediate snake into badly hurt. But yeah, rather than go around and jump and leap, I was gonna try to get the mark and then double GFI blitz the wrestle tackle to get the mark on ball, and then we'd set we'd set up a bunch of people here. This is fine right now. We're not, apparently we still have rubber rats, except for the ground. But that was a bad turn. Because now injuries are gonna stick. He's thinking about time. He re-rolled it. Okay. But yeah, I guess I should have played that turn slow. We would have gone through a re-roll, but because we would have dub skulled the first block with blitz. The mighty blows are hard to hit. If we commit, we can hit one, but I'd rather keep my players clean. This is the easiest player to hit. Obviously, we re-roll this. So if I tried to do any kind of dodge again, I would have just failed. Nice to know. Nice. Actually, I like him in the middle. Is the Roger injured? I don't use a Roger. It's not particularly complementary to my playstyle. I know the Roger is very popular, but okay, I want this dodge. If I can get this dodge, it would be nice. Alright. And if we can get this dodge, we can keep this guy here, which is also convenient. Okay, that's not happening. Please don't hurt yourself. But yeah, generally, I've played with the Roger before. It's better than in Blood Bowl, in the CRP rule set, so Blood Bowl 2. It's better than, so, because it's you no longer have, you have more reliability due to animal savagery. But the Roger still has a bunch of issues, even with that, without that reliability. Okay, well, one thing, he just cannot get a break on knockdowns. It's nice. Let's see how aggressive he is, because he can't just, he has to move up. So. Ew. No pressure. Okay. Okay, there we go. There's the minnow. But the problem is, generally when I play rats, almost always, the opposing team is going to be able to outbash me and start a snowball going the other direction. And in that case, when you're down players, the Roger oftentimes becomes exposed. It's somewhat hard to move him. You can't really utilize his strengths effectively because he'll just get knocked down and fouled a lot of the times. And he's very, very expensive. It's terrible valuable. It's a terrible value prop. A lot of the times. I think we're gonna go for the minnow. The only thing is I need guard here. Okay, never mind. We're not going for the minnow. I mean, I can still go for the minnow, I guess. It's kind of harder. I'm just thinking how I would do it. We have to block this guy. So you'd put guard here. That is correct, Michaels. Yep. Unless you're in a 6-team div, then you would just play the first 3. As opposed to 5. That is correct, Michaels. That is correct. That's convenient. I actually don't want to follow this because I want this guy to be only on a single rat. The killer's gonna get blitzed. No, actually let's follow. And we're following because I can blitz from this direction. Okay, then we can dodge back and then put the DP on the ball. Hopefully we get a knockdown here. It's fine. All right. This is okay. That was not a terrible turn. These line rats are a bit condensed, but he has to start moving fairly quickly. So I don't think he takes this block here with the ball. I think he has to blitz because he needs to keep moving. Especially since he... Hopefully that wasn't the blitz. Probably wasn't. Nope. That's where animal savagery would have been nice. Because then you could just hit this goat. It would have been awful if that goat wasn't there, because then you would hit the ball. And it would have been a turnover. But yeah, usually... Yeah, going back to the Roger discussion. I just find whenever I played with a Roger, they were more of a liability and they were more fun than they were actually useful. Usually I build my team in such a way where I don't need to like out bash. I don't need to steal the ball from them a lot of the times. And I don't need to win a bash war. Because rats are very bad at doing that. Alright, so this was expected. I was hoping this guy would dodge, and then he wouldn't be able to move as far up. He shouldn't be moving these guys first, though. Because let's say he quad skulls here. Then the ball is completely exposed. So this is sort of like, you're doing safe moves, but you should do the blitz first. With the ball. Because then at least you have players around the ball carrier. Failing that GFI would have been very bad. Okay. Guard would be nice here. And he's getting a lot of value off of this because of the way that these players are condensed is a problem. We still need to try to slow him down though. Alright, oh, this is bad. I don't think we're going to defend. Especially with the way the first turn went. We're not going to be able to stop this. All right. Good. I'm gonna pray that the minnow does not go anywhere. If we can at least force the blitz on that line rat, that would be preferable. That sucks. Don't give up. I mean, it's not over. We're gonna at least get the one turn as an option, and he can't deny me that. He doesn't have the players for it. Well, there's gonna be a gap. Yeah, we're down 2 players. We're not down that many, but he's positioning pretty well. These rats got tied up. It would have been nice to get an armor break on some of these claw hits, but Nilla's brought the pillow fists. There's just last game he was popping off. This game, nada. And now the guard is KO'd. That could make the one turn harder if he doesn't come back. A based cage with this player here? He can't... So we need somebody here to prevent the canceling of this assist. But if we go for this wrestle hit, we could get a hit on ball. It'd be a 1D, but it's not bad. Okay, that's why I'm okay with this setup. This player shouldn't be here. Obviously, we're doing this block, right? Unless we're dodging the Chaos Warrior. That doesn't make sense to me, because then it's just a 2-die hit on the beast, and it frees up a rat. Claw Mighty Blow always themed. It's definitely high variance. You are not wrong. And it's only more high variance now that things have changed. The other option... So this ball is very hittable. There's a couple of ways. We could try and do this block here. So we have a rat. The issue is getting the second assist. I guess it would be with the killer. Then we don't have recovery, though. I think that's still better, to be honest. Because if we block here, we don't have recovery. It's either that or go for the 1D. We have to go for this Wrestle Dauntless hit. And it's not going to be any better than a 1-die. Knockdown or no knockdown. But if we get the knockdown, then recovery is actually pretty straightforward. Yes! All right. I'll re-roll it. No. Shoot. We were close. If I'd gotten the knockdown, then this gutter, it doesn't really matter where the ball landed. I guess here would have been bad, but anywhere else, like here or here or here, just goes in and grabs it. And then we'd probably be up here. And then I'd maybe try to dodge like this DP for some cover. But yeah, if we did it the other way and we got the knockdown on the... We would have gotten the knockdown on this. On the 2-die here. We'd have gone for the Wrestle Blitz in, which certainly would have had a higher likelihood of working if the Dauntless works. But then there's nobody to recover. So I felt like that this was the better play. It had the higher upside. I'm surprised he could have power appoed this. He did not. And it's turn 7, so he needs to be in a safe position and in scoring range. I don't believe he's in scoring range from here. So he needs to be up at least 1 square with this Chaos Warrior. That's not the difficult part. The difficult part is actually freeing up enough players to form the cage. He's got 2. So I guess block here frees up this Beastman. Then if he blitzes or blocks, he can free up this one. So it's possible. He's gonna have to GFI, right? To get here. Well, you're probably right, T-Self. Alright. Yeah, now he saw that, yeah, that positioning is right, but... So he's gonna have to GFI at least with the Beastman to cover one of the corners. Okay, Minnow stands up. I don't think that really matters that much. Well, it helps him a little bit here, so he doesn't need to do this block. To cancel this assist, to get the 2-die here, to free up this beast. Okay, actually, he can get the cage here pretty easily. Do we go for the dive? We might as well. The Wrestle Dauntless dive on the 5+. Alright, so there's the Blitz. So this is a 1D. I'm surprised he didn't just, like, Blitz here. Okay. Does he go for the 1-die? I imagine with 2 rerolls you... Ah, fuck. Okay, no armor break, which means the sack is still on. Dodge, might as well reroll. Does reroll, it fails. That's nice. Oh, you're true. You are right, T-Self. Yeah. The sack's not very likely, but... I don't think having like additional players gonna change anything. This is gonna be really the only direction we can blitz from. I'm just looking if there's anything else I can do. Not really. I'd prefer not to have somebody die if this fails. Or when this fails, I guess. We did the dodge. I think it's worth it. No, we're only gonna have one reroll for the one turn. That's crappy. Yeah, it was not great sacks. Okay, it's not a knockdown. That's a wrestle. He doesn't need it, though. Okay. Then I guess you can just walk it in. Alright. So we're gonna have our thrower, so we'll have the leader reroll. Hopefully we'll have our killer, because he's got horns. It'll make the blitz for the one turn a lot easier. Hopefully the guard comes back. That'll make it easier as well. Okay, so it looks like we each have one. Looks like it's a line rat that's out. The guard comes back. His killer is out. That's not great for me. Are we doing the backline thing? Because then that's probably a fairly easy touchdown for me. I believe he's at full players, so he should be able to at least force a 3+ dodge in the back line, but... What? Okay, it's the back line. Make it easy for me then. This is the Chaos Warrior model. Yeah. This can't be the setup. Right? What? I'm gonna need 2 rerolls for this, aren't I? Yeah, he doesn't know how to defend against this one turn. Doesn't really matter if you spread them out or not. You have already failed in the setup. One turner. Even without like the special one turner, this is possible. I guess there's... He can still blitz. He'd have to get a knockdown though. All right. Yeah, well, it's almost impossible to stop this push. It's very, very difficult because I can do like a multi-chain. It's really hard, but at least if you force me to do that, then I'm just debating what I should do now because we've got the first push, but I want to get more pushes. So I guess we'd sidestep up this way, and so then we'd need to fill these 2 squares, which we have enough players to do. See if the ball is kicked. If it's kicked short, we'll do like a catch handoff. If it's kicked deep, turn, please. All right. That's fine, I guess. Wow, this game I've just not had any luck. The killer's out. I think he's at... I'm definitely at 11. I think he's at 10. Yeah. Sweltering heat. It screwed me more than it screwed him. He lost a Chaos Warrior. Not even that great of one. And I lose my killer and my thrower. I really don't want a quick score. I mean, this game is looking like a tie. The quick score would be nice. How does my mini group look? I have Michaels and Scotch Rocks after this. So it's pretty competitive. It's a chance for revenge. Well, I imagine if it goes, I can see it definitely going the way of our ladder match. I think we'll go for the Beast Man just because it's easy. That's not good. He definitely does not want to disconnect from this match. Let's see what he has to say. Okay. Oh, do I have another I must have another Discord window up that's making noise. Alright. Turned off. I muted one and then I didn't mute the other. It's my opponent just saying he's coming back in. I don't believe I can pause the timer, unfortunately. It would be nice. Because I wouldn't mind waiting 10 minutes. If it means not losing all of our state. You got tasteless some orcs, necro. So Zord designed the algorithm, kind of, but I was the one that implemented it. So we'll see. Hopefully that timer does not represent... Okay, that timer doesn't make sense. See it right there? It's all blurred out. Yeah, yes, Mr. Christie. Unless it was Zord who was swapping for duplicates, then you can blame Zord. Okay. I was debating, I was just thinking, is this like actually bad or not? The answer was like, well, no, this is an obvious choice. KO. Worth a shot. Not what I wanted to see. It's a bit unfortunate. That's a surf for the minnow. No, it's not. fine. I was gonna try to follow this Chaos Warrior. Nice. I shall take it. Hopefully the minnow does not decide to move. We could score. That might be worth it. I thought he'd go for the gutter, to be honest. Obviously, if you follow, you have to support this. Yes, Minnow. Be angry. Do nothing. This is actually not bad. He seems okay with letting me score on this player if I wanted to. Yep. Yes. Okay. We have a foul option. That's also a good foul option. Good enough. Yes! Come on, ref! No. Close. Still not a bad trade. We are the ones up the players. DP also converted that to a Kaz, which was nice. And we're going to get our killer back for next game. I mean, next drive if we score here. We're definitely getting our killer back and our thrower. Probably at the cost of my 2 best gutters, but... The silver lining is as long as my player doesn't land on the floor, we have good armor. Almost everything, all the damage I have done has been self-inflicted. Okay. Does he go to mark this gutter? Otherwise, then what I... Oh, yeah, there's guard there. Oh, it doesn't matter, though. I think we're pretty safe here. Probably not worth re-rolling. Apparently, he thinks otherwise. Thinking. The guard here... we're gonna have to roll dice. I don't see like a way around this. And I'm like deathly afraid of the 2+ because we have failed so many. And get a... It's not great. That's good. I think we just dodge. This is a 1D. There's no way we can make it better unless we're dodging. Looks like it's just line rats out. Here we go. His KO didn't come back. I'll take this. Yeah, this is good. Look at how many players he has. He's got what, 8? 8 to my 11. This is looking good. Yeah, I know. Sweltering heat actually benefiting me. It's like the first time ever where I'm up players, so sweltering heat doesn't screw me. Imagine if it was 3 though. 3 sweltering heats. That would be awful for him. All right. We're just gonna go in. We're gonna bring in the pressure. He needs to hope to equalize some of it here. Good, good. It's one. I think, I don't know, you go for the guard, he goes for the line rat. I'm okay with this. He gets 2. So it's 9v8. So we managed to equalize it a little bit. I think we're gonna blitz the minnow. It's not great. Maybe I should have put the killer here. Okay. That Nilla piece is awful. Yeah. You can just see how much... Ah, the minnow stood up. I was hoping you'd just stay down. That's part of the reason why I blitzed it. Oh, we might lose this game. If the removals are like this now. Yikes. No strip gutter? Yeah, I've been trying to build one for like 4 seasons. I could have gotten strip on him, but then... Okay, that's fine. Good. We got a hit on ball. Yep, this is gonna decide the game though. I think I have to take it. Fine. This is where strip would help. I think I go down. Nope. It's a fine place for it. It's just, there's a lot of bodies in the way. No snakes. All the dice. That's what this player is designed to do. Roll all the dice. It's all 2 pluses. It was all 2 pluses. Did we use break tackle there? We did. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Break tackle's OP. I'm surprised he didn't blitz with this player. He could have gotten a 3-die blitz if he had positioned the Beastman here and blitzed this. He can't now. Maybe, I'm trying to think of where the good sidestep. I think this is okay. Yeah, you can't mark the killer, so the killer's just gonna get the free, and then it's game over. Okay. Yeah, I think barring some really terrible dice, we should be able to win this. Where was that, Vicious Nilla? It took you the entire game to get a removal. Yeah, that was a very close game. And at the very least, we've secured the draw. I don't think he can... I mean, technically, I guess there's still a path. But I'd have to, like... It probably would require a throw-in. He could at least mark the ball, and I could snake again. I think that's his only option now. He could go for the dive, but... I don't even think the dive would be enough. Because I would just sidestep here. He can't... Yeah, you're right. He can't get a throw-in because of sidestep. He took an extra dodge, maybe? Yeah. Did he need to do... I think he might have needed to do that. Yeah, I think so. I want to score with somebody else, but I'm not going to attempt Nuffle now. The one turn I don't think he'll be able to do. We don't have enough players to do the full back line. At least the Rat BS worked on one of the turns that I tried it. The one turn didn't work, the stacks on ball didn't work in the first half, but at least we got it this time. Yeah, I think timeout's the only way now. We've had 2 timeouts so far, right? No, well, actually no, only one. Not for this drive. It was for the last drive there was a timeout. Yeah, he would need a timeout, I think. You're not wrong. And even then, it still would be pretty hard if he doesn't get a touchback. Without any rerolls. So you'd need like a max scatter and bounce out. I'm not gonna get that. Even if he had gotten the timeout, that kick was atrocious. And at least we weren't punished for our Apo use. Now it's time to... He's gonna get all the casualties. It's gonna be like, oh, okay, time to equalize. In garbage time. Yeah, the consolation Kaz SPP. I imagine he's going block for the minnow. Vanity pass? Or are we gonna do the turn 16 foul? Okay, now we vanity pass. I was gonna say in the first half, I'm like, if only he defended a little bit better on the one turn, maybe he could have stopped me. But it didn't matter. I snaked the first GFI. And in this case, it was sweltering heat and the casualties that did him in. He did not get the casualties he was looking for. That was just unlucky. All right, let's see. Strudel getting MVP. I mean, he did one thing the entire game, but it worked. So that's how that's how the retrievers usually end up being. The dodge always felt really bad this game. 72%, but it doesn't give you any context. There are a couple of the snake on turn 1 was very unfortunate. First action snake. And I think, let's go, let me see. Can you see the schedule? No, but I could calculate the schedule. Let's see who I play next. I play Michaels next. So you're probably hoping for a bit more damage on my team, but if I'm pretty sure the algorithm works like this. My opponent's commenting on how it's like, yeah, I was relieved that I didn't get to see the killer for a few turns. Little did he know that Vicious Nilla brought the pillow fists. He got 1 KO. I think that was the only armor break he got that game, too. The gutters even did more damage than him. How close is he to getting strip ball? Probably needs like 5 SPP more? Okay. It's doable. Strip ball is not going to be super useful in the next upcoming matches because we have sure hands on both of them. I might just go with tackle. In order for Lemming Drop to get the characteristic, he needs 30 SPP, so we're a long way from that. We're going to try to get Edge on him. If he gets agility, he's done. We're at 15 players, 1690 TV. We might as well roll expensive mistakes. Crisis averted. It'd be nice to get Fat Rascal a touchdown, because then we'd actually be able to pick up Mighty Blow or Tackle, or Grab if we wanted like a grab option for the 1 turn. Admittedly, it's not super useful on the guard. Not tempted by the Roger. So the problem is picking up a Roger now is he's not going to have the skills necessary against the teams I'm going to be playing against. He needs block at a minimum, and block takes a pretty long time to get on a Roger. So let's look at, well, this is going to be the next team we're facing. Yeah, and it's a massive TV hit. So we'd be giving up, I mean, we're already giving up a wizard against Michaels, but, and this team isn't super scary, but you see this sneaky get DP? If that Roger is on the ground, Crumb Butters is going to be putting a boot in it, and it's going to keep putting a boot into it until it's off the pitch. And like you're going to like, okay, I'm going to blitz maybe like a white or a lineman or whatever. But if you don't get the knockdown, and block helps you get knockdowns, but let's say you blitz and you end up in base contact, you either need to try to protect him by swarming him with line rats, which oftentimes means you're just taking more hits, or you isolate him, and then he gets targeted, and then Crumb Butters puts the boot in. So that's my large problem is Frenzy. It's a lot of it is the Frenzy on the Roger is the problem. Frenzy is very much the dual-edged sword. It's not only because it can cause a lot of turnovers, it's because of the force follow, especially if you don't get knockdowns. It's the reason why Norse are very hard to play. Especially like Berserkers die very frequently. Because if they don't get the knockdown, they end up in base contact, and they're pretty frail. So they end up getting murdered and targeted. So usually I end up playing, and the reason why I have my killer built the way he does, and he doesn't have Frenzy, you could build a player like this with Frenzy. It makes it so it's harder to blitz with him without putting him into base contact. And with my rats, these rats are not built to be in base contact. I'd have to build the team completely differently. It's mostly focused on passive defense, waiting for the moment, and then a targeted strike on the ball and retrieval. And that's where all the TV is invested. And a Roger really doesn't help. It might help get into that position with some pressure if it can get on the ball or tie up a bunch of players, but it's very expensive to do so. And we'd probably be at like 1800 TV. And the redraft it'd be very difficult to justify redrafting him. All right. Let me see if there are anybody from Rebel streaming. Looks like Shan Bata is actually in the middle of his game. So I will raid and send you guys over there. Thank you all for watching.